a new angle tonight. Leah's back.
I survived. I didn't see any puking.
So
I didn't get drunk.
she's been on a bachelorette trip to Nashville for the last 3 days. Left on
I
Thursday.
have seen the bottom of the bottom. Literally in some cases.
Oh my. I won't ask. What happens in Nashville stays in Nashville. You're good.
But it was a fun experience. It was great. Don't ever have to do it again. At least not to that extreme.
There you go.
But yeah.
Meanwhile, we watched the end of season 1 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, so we'll start with episode 21, Unsolvable. We open on Holt with a wrist sprain. Everyone's speculating what happened. He privately tells Jake it was during hula hooping. And he admits to telling Jake this because no one will ever believe you. And he deletes the pictures. And Jake's like, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. You son of a me. Post credits, Jake set a new arrest record in a month. Holt tells Jake, nice work. Meanwhile, Amy and Teddy are going on a romantic weekend getaway. Rosa catches Boyle in the closet talking to Vivian. They're still debating Canada. Teddy and Amy's weekend interferes with something Amy promised to Holt she'd work on. The romantic weekend has inspired Jake to work hard on his weekend off. He and Terry are going to work on an old impossible-to-solve case.
Right, because Jake's good work, in setting that record and everything, Holt said, you know what? Well done, take this weekend off. And instead, Jake decides to work on old cases and stuff like that and double down on cases.
But there is an ulterior motive.
Oh, there is. We'll get there.
Meanwhile, Rosa wants to let Boyle in on her and Gina's secret place called Babylon. Jake and Terry interrogate a bunch of their old suspects on an ancient murder case. Amy lies to Holt regarding the weekend, claims it's a dental emergency. Holt offers his brother-in-law as a dental surgeon. And I will take you to and from.
Yeah. And that was at the advice of Gina, I believe, right?
Yes, well, of course.
Because Amy was like, I completely forgot about this commitment I made. What do I do? And Gina's like, say a dental emergency. It works every time.
Or that your triplet died, and then you have another one.
And then you have a backup excuse for when the other one dies. Gina's fucked up.
Yeah, a little bit. Aren't we all? Jake and Terry have a new lead and are looking to put someone through a lie detector. Hitchcock and Scully corner Boyle regarding the secret bathroom. Jake and Terry's investigation hits a dead end. Amy admits to lying to Holt. Boyle tells Hitchcock and Scully about the bathroom. Rosa defends Boyle. And yeah, they're like really setting it up like Rosa really cares a lot about Boyle and you think it's gonna go one way. It never does, and I actually kind of respect the show for doing that.
Fair. They do something to tie up that storyline. I can't remember what it is, if they actually go on a date, or I can't remember what they do.
I think she goes to a wedding with Boyle.
Okay. Yeah. It's just something they toyed with. It doesn't really lead to much, but that's okay. Like, these things happen.
Yeah. Jake stays up through the night and makes a breakthrough on their murder investigation. Side note, the person they were interrogating with the polygraph test was the victim's... No, not the victim's wife. The wife of the victim's friend. She said, I haven't seen him in 8 years.
Right. So the victim
She didn't lie.
died, and they suspected her husband. And she's like, I haven't seen my husband for 8 years. Like, he just disappeared. Turns out, what really happened was the murder victim was actually her husband, and the guy that they thought had died was having an affair with the wife.
Right. So, not really relevant to the overall...
No, but that was
but...
Jake's big breakthrough. He figured out why she was able to defeat the lie detector. They were asking her the wrong questions, kind of thing, which is kind of cool.
So there, he's got the supposed victim in the interrogation room, and the victim is like, I was in love with her, I did it for love or whatever. And Jake's like, cool motive, still murder. And I realized I had recently seen that as a meme for the whole Falcon and Winter Soldier, John Walker saying, like, he killed Lamar. Cool motive, still murder.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is rife with meme material. Absolutely.
Yes. Right, I'm going to go cry now.
Great, I'm going to go cry now.
That's a gift, but still. But so Jake solves it.
Yeah.
Gina convinces Scully and Hitchcock to never use the bathroom by agreeing to switch chairs with Scully, the bigger one.
Right.
And
the
giving
opera.
them her Wolfie blanket.
Yes.
The squad is at the bar celebrating Jake's solve. Jake seems unhappy. Terry asks Jake about it. It's the Amy thing.
Yeah. Their chemistry has been building and building throughout the entire year. They slow-rolled it so well. Like, I don't know that it was ever expressed, really. Jake was a little irritated when Amy would go on dates and kind of got a little self-conscious or a little competitive when she talked about Teddy before. But season 1 did such a good job of it.
Yeah. And they did, they set it up that you thought that it was going to happen, like, super quick. But then they did a great job slow rolling it.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see that in the coming seasons.
Yeah. So then episode 22, Charges and Specs.
So this is the season finale.
Jake is drunk in a bar. He buys a round for the bar, celebrating being fired from the NYPD.
What?
1 week earlier, Boyle walks in looking like Neo from The Matrix. Vivian dumped him.
Tear.
Jake is called into the office with Holt and the captain whose child Jake arrested, or the commissioner.
Yeah, the guy we had said in the wrap-up video, we're like, nothing ever came of that. But this is that coming back around.
Yeah.
Slightly. I mean, it was a little bit sloppy, but...
Yeah. Jake is told to stay away from a guy he's investigating who's got, like, big ties in the community and whatever. Oh, he's got a community center. And Jake is like, yeah, but I think he's laundering money. I've gotten tips from drug dealers that, whatever. Meanwhile, Rosa wants to make Boyle feel better. She and Terry are teaming up to make Boyle feel better. Jake and Amy commiserate over worst breakups. Also, they're investigating Wind, the guy Jake was told to stay away from. He's caught and is placed on administrative leave.
Jake is caught doing this investigation that he was told not to do.
Yeah.
And placed on administrative leave, yeah.
So Jake has a good lead and asks for Holt's signature on a warrant, which Holt agrees to.
Grants, yeah.
Rosa tells Boyle to burn his relationship stuff, and then he burns his hand. Holt charms the judge to get a warrant. It's amazing. Something about, like, women want what they can't have.
Yeah.
Amy, Holt, and Jake infiltrate a dance competition. Thrift store! The rest of the squad is stalling at Jake's hearing. Jake and Amy dance together. Also, Holt is great at dancing. Jake teaches Amy to dance. And it's very heartwarming.
She has this moment where she kind of looks at him in amazement that he's able to do these moves and everything.
Yep. Then he breaks into an office to get evidence, which he gets. Holt asks Jake to do something. Jake has the evidence, but says at the hearing that he has no evidence to defend himself. The fuck? After the hearing, he and Amy meet in the parking lot. Holt told Jake to get fired. Turns out Wintz is being investigated by the FBI. They ask Jake to go undercover. It's a 6-month case. So Jake gets fired. Meanwhile, the squad is at the bar trying to make Boyle feel better. Rosa and Boyle drink together. Jake and Amy talk. He admits he wishes he and Amy got together. Cut back to the opening of the episode, and he makes his contact. And then Boyle wakes up next to Gina. And they go, ah!
Ah! In a very sitcom-y way.
Yeah. So, solid first season.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was so good. So funny.
It's the soul roll.
Yeah, the Jake and Amy story. It's bigger now on the rewatch. Upon initially watching it, with, okay, are Boyle and Rosa gonna get together and all this stuff, like, the Jake and Amy storyline was really underspoken. Obviously, we'll find out later on in the series that, yeah, this was very much important and really building to something.
And I think that it was never the intention, really, to get them together, but Melissa Fumero and Andy Samberg had just such great chemistry that they're like, okay, let's play with this. And I think, honestly, I think that they probably pulled a lot from your viewer reactions, which is probably why they never put Rosa and Boyle together.
Sure.
Because it would have distracted from what the audience really wanted, and it just would have cheapened the show.
Yeah, because you don't want the entire squad pairing off.
Right, exactly.
Jake
I mean,
and
I don't
Amy
love what they did with Rosa in later seasons. I don't know if that's just because the actress herself is that way, or if they just felt like they needed another...
I think it's just because they went to NBC.
Did it happen after NBC?
I'm pretty sure it did.
Well, their logo is rainbow, so...
Yeah.
But whatever.
But, yeah, no, it was so fun. The show has been so great, and I'm really excited to see what they do with the last season.
Yeah. So, we'll pick up with the start of season 2, probably Tuesday.
Probably?
I don't know what else we have.
Unless we come up with something else.
I mean, Loki drops on Wednesdays.
Okay.
So that's going to be a Friday thing, because, like, I'll hold off, but I won't hold off for Tuesday. But.
Cool.